So what you're asked to find here is not what are the solutions, but how many solutions are there. Realistically, what you should be doing for this, if you just want to know how many solutions there's going to be, is visualize what the graph will look like. It's positive, so it's going to point up. There's nothing after the x squared. It doesn't get shifted to the left or right. It doesn't get shifted up or down. It's right here. The vertex will be right at the center. And it's a parabola that points up. How many times does it cross the x-axis? Just once, right there. It touches the x-axis right at 0. So that tells you there will be one solution. As another example of this, I'll go ahead and do another one even though we only asked for number 12. If we were to take a look at number 13 right after this, you've got negative x squared plus 3x minus 4. Well, if you looked at how that would be graphed, first of all it's negative, so it's going to point down. It also has a minus 4 at the end, which means you're going to shift it down about 4 spaces. But it is negative, so it's going to be pointing down. So if it's negative, and it was shifted down to begin with, how many times does it touch the x-axis? None. It touches the y-axis once, but it never touches the x-axis. So this has no solution. So you would say this has one solution. You would say this has no solution. This is not the only way to do this, however. If you do not feel comfortable visualizing what the graph will look like in general like this, you can still solve it. If you took these two equations and you plugged them into the quadratic formula, or you tried to complete the square with them, you would still find how many solutions there are. In this case, when you get done with it, the only number you will get as a solution is you'll get that x equals 0. That's an answer, but there's only one answer. If you plug number 13 into the quadratic formula, or you tried to complete the square, you would get something that has a square root of a negative number. You can't have the square root of a negative number. That does not exist in the numbers that we know. So in this case, we would say there are no square roots of negative numbers. Therefore, there is no solution to this situation.